Without Aesha Scott, Below Deck Down Under Season 3 will go rather well. The first season of the Below Deck spin-off, located in Australia, debuted on Peacock. Fans fell in love with the series because of its newfound feel as a new chapter in the franchise, which was spearheaded by Captain Jason Chambers. Aesha's role as Chief Stew of Below Deck Down Under helped the show, when she appeared as a stew beneath Hannah Ferrier in Below Deck Mediterranean Season 4. She became a well-liked cast member of the program. Aesha is a delightful lady with an infectious positive attitude, and her background in the sailing business makes her an ideal chief stew for Below Deck Down Under. She and Captain Jason grew close, and together they successfully commanded the crew in each charter season. Aesha did, however, return to Below Deck Med for Season 9, working alongside Captain Sandy Yawn for the first time since Season 5. This was despite her affiliation with the show. She performed admirably in the series, suggesting she'll stick with that ensemble for the time being. Below Deck Down Under has to continue without Aesha. Season 3 of Below Deck Down Under is looking to be the greatest of the spin-off after the previous one. In a September interview with Us Weekly, Captain Jason said that new procedures were put into place while they were filming. When Luke Jones was removed from the series for engaging in sexual misconduct after entering Margaret Sisson's bunk when she was inebriated, everyone's attention was drawn to it. After attempting to shut the door on the video crew, he was removed from the room by production, and he was dismissed. Captain Jason and the crew were praised for their handling of the incident. Undoubtedly, there were alterations. Even during those earlier seasons, as far as I'm aware, there were rules and regulations in place. Production's intervention to halt it demonstrated how well these policies and processes were understood. Following the incident, Captain Jason stated that the purpose of having extra HR personnel on location for Season 3 was to actually make sure that the black and white writing was understood by everyone. The policies and procedures are communicated to the cast. However, the captain claimed that in the upcoming season, the restrictions were pushed down even further. It's wonderful to learn that the production has taken more precautions to safeguard the crew members, particularly in light of the accusations made against Gary King from Below Deck Sailing Yacht and the highly heated occasion during Season 2. Not having Aesha on deck below the crew will get a new Chief Stew in Down Under Season 3. Although it's claimed that a few cast members from the second episode have rejoined, her successor is yet unknown. Together with Captain Jason, it is said that Tzarina Mace Ralph, the chef, and deckhand Harry Van Violette return for another season. Even though it would be strange to see another Chief Stew take over Aesha's position in the series, the program will go on without her. She established herself as a mainstay of the program during her several seasons, but the new cast member will undoubtedly be a fantastic successor. Captain Jason's return for Season 3 was announced in an interview he did with Us Weekly in September. He disclosed that the season had already been shot and was currently undergoing editing. Fans have been eagerly awaiting the series for more than a year now, since Season 2. Following its departure, Captain Jason has been hinting and criticizing Bravo during the interim between seasons. In August, he hinted to the comeback of the program when he left a remark on Chef Tzarina's Instagram photo. Below Deck Down Beneath Crew and La. Does this indicate our season is coming closer to the screens? Captain Jason wrote as they posed for pictures in front of the well-known pink wall in Los Angeles. A wonder. Following that remark, he went into further depth about his dissatisfaction with Bravo on his Instagram broadcast channel, which was screenshotted that same month and posted to Reddit by @BravoHusband. Captain Jason disclosed that he is unable to work throughout the show's seasons since all captains work full-time and no owner desires a captain who comes and goes. He revealed that it was difficult to quit working because, up until a few seasons, the show pays almost nothing. Captain Jason is still a member of the Season 3 cast, despite his annoyance with the crew behind the scenes. It would be foolish for the producers to allow him go below Deck Down Under since he is a beloved skipper. Season 3 of Below Deck Down Under is looking to be the greatest thus far for the spin-off. Aesha's return to Below Deck Med effectively confirms that she won't be returning for the upcoming season. It would be fascinating to observe how Captain Jason and his crew get along with some new members now that he appears to be back. Because of his friend Aesha Scott, Captain Jason Chambers has been following Below Deck Med. When it was discovered that Aesha had left Captain Jason to rejoin Captain Sandy Yawn on Below Deck Med, supporters of Below Deck Down Under were not pleased. The bad news is that Aesha will not be returning for Below Deck Down Under Season 3, but the good news is that she has been crushing it this season as always. Captain Jason recently acknowledged that he watched every episode of Below Deck. But in order to help his buddy Aesha, he has been tuned in to Below Deck Med every week. Captain Jason shared his opinions on Below Deck Med Season 9 in an interview with Us Weekly, where he teased Below Deck Down Under Season 3. Without a doubt, I've been watching Below Deck Mediterranean. Aesha is taking care of it. Normally, I don't watch Med all that often. He said, I might just sneak in and get some bites of it. The captain added his thoughts on a few other hot subjects from Below Deck Med, but he didn't go into any on how he believed Aesha was doing. One of such topics is Awakening the Chef, which gained attention after chef Jonathan Jono Shillingford was woken by Elena Dubaich. Captain Jason believes that the crew and cook did a fantastic job adapting to the circumstances. He made the necessary changes since I observed in later episodes that he was preparing several meals before turning in for the night. In that sense, he comes off as a skilled cook. He is able to adapt to the situation with ease. Captain Jason clarified that although he has had some bad points, he has learnt to rise to the occasion. Aside from insisting, he would have gotten up to assist the cook. The Below Deck Down Under actor also said he could appreciate Captain Sandy Yawn's order to don't wake the chef. Captain Jason occasionally watches the rest of the franchise, but he has been concentrating on Below Deck Med because of Aesha. Watching sailing is okay with me. The captain told Us Weekly, I like watching Captain Glenn, and I like watching Captain Carey on Below Deck, and I like watching Fraser work. Captain Jason's input on his own franchise will soon be available. Captain Jason verified that Season 3 was recorded and that adjustments were made following the Season 2 controversy, as reported by monsters and critics. Below Deck Med will shortly come to an end, and Bravo will broadcast Below Deck Sailing Yacht in its place. With just 2 episodes remaining in Below Deck Med Season 9, the tension on the program doesn't let up until the very end. Chief Stew Aesha Scott is reportedly over Stew Elena Dubaich, according to the most recent Below Deck Med teasers. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone because Aesha doesn't put up with Ellie crossing her limits, as monsters and critics revealed. Fans of Below Deck Med got a behind-the-scenes look at something else that drove Aesha to the brink with Ellie on Bravo. Ellie is obviously obsessed with rank. She constantly informs the other stews that she is the second stew. Ellie is barking commands at Carrie O'Neill and Bry Muller even more now that the last charter is in full swing. As instructed by Aesha, Carrie and Bry are assisting Ellie with a setup for an after-dinner celebration. Aesha arrives to check on things, though, and finds Ellie bursting in as Carrie and Bry are arranging balloons. Aesha becomes increasingly irritated with Ellie's constant intrusions, to the point where she finally tells Ellie to shut up. But Ellie isn't listening to Aesha since she's always offering her 2 cents on what appears to be a balloon rainbow. Aesha speaks with Carrie later at the crew mess to verify what she already knows. Ellie is attempting to take over the role of Chief Stew. It's apparent from Aesha that she will deal with Ellie since she has had enough. Aesha and Kate Chastain have often called Ellie out on her fixation with rank and her crazy sense of hierarchy. Fans of Below Deck Med will apparently hear more about that following the upcoming episode. Fans of Below Deck Med may escape the turmoil with a lighthearted interlude from Bosun Ian McLean. Ian hasn't had an easy time on Below Deck Med Season 9. He's made a lot of blunders and irritated Captain Sandy Yawn several times. On an expedition off the boat, though, Ian does appear to settle in. Ian, Bry, and the other visitors proceed to the Temple of Poseidon, where the bosun enlightens them about the historical background of the temple. When the visitors see the Mustique yacht, they decide to go back on board and enjoy a little fun with the crew. Yes, everyone had a great time, and it appears like Ian is comfortable in his role as tour leader.